Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
We're in a sweet spot as far as football weather is concerned today in Nashville. Just enough chill in the air for a sweatshirt, light breeze, fall in full swing at Nissan Stadium. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brendan Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart. Has us all set, and we are underway from Nashville, Tennessee. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Out onto the field comes the Colts offense for their first series, and at quarterback, a new name this year to the franchise, of course, but certainly not new to the league. A 15-year vet, former league MVP, Matt Ryan. In a storied career that has spanned 14 seasons and nearly 60,000 yards through the air, we're seeing a brand new chapter from Matt Ryan this year. With Atlanta in a rebuild, Ryan was dealt to Indianapolis, who is their sixth Week 1 quarterback in 6 seasons. One of the most decorated quarterbacks still active, this move will keep Ryan on a contender as he chases his first career Super Bowl title.
On the opening play, here's Ryan. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. He was trying to find Mo Alley-Cox, his tight end, and it's second down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. A lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked to turn to the side.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
2021 saw a third-year breakout by Jeffrey Simmons with 8.5 sacks and his first Pro Bowl nod, as well as being named an All-Pro in the NFL.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Play action, Ryan.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you create those great mismatches, throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward. This
will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game. It'll continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. To throw is Ryan.
This one finds Pierce on the out route.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. And occasionally, you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Again, Ryan.
And he'll find Pittman. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the close fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Just a gain of a couple there.
And it'll be 4th down. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to this field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10.
They run with a big man in his 7th season. It's Derrick Henry. He'll get this up to about the 44.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Tannehill. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Back deep for the Colts, Naheem Hines.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. This will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game is such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down.
He'll get this one to Pittman.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, take him down and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game. But they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
That Ryan looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They go play action with Ryan. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Bud Dupree off the edge and getting to the quarterback.
But Dupree's debut season in Tennessee was limited. His injury issues got to him once again. The Titans, they're hoping if he can play a full 17 this year, they'll get back to the form that he showed in Pittsburgh.
That sack backs Ryan the Colts up a bit here, facing a 3rd and long.
He'll look to throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
So on 4th down, Matt Hawk on to punt for Indy.
$12 yards on the return that time. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit
Sometimes
better.
It's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
You're looking there, the defensive back was maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
A nice little juke. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's second and a yard. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Going for the deep ball. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Alec Pierce, 40 yards. And the Colts use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret. They still had to execute, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes it to 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to 29. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tackles aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stat shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. On first down, it's Tannehill. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does. And I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First down catch from Michael Pittman Jr., and he really played like the guy the Colts thought that they were drafting in 2020 in the second round. How about 88 catches, 1,082 yards, 6 touchdowns, all were more than double than what he posted as a rookie.
on first down.
And going right back to Pittman. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they did a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here's Ryan to throw.
Quick slant caught by Pierce. And the Colts are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they go to work on 1st and goal.
Now it's Ryan.
Looking for Pierce, and he's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well, no one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for very manageable 2nd down.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now it's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
A first down carry for Henry. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Henry. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Ryan. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Tough series in the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they come through on this play and get the series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Ryan. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. So far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Ryan will throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Ryan. He'll check this down to Hines. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 3rd down.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Throwing again. Ryan. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. And that penalty will move the ball to the 1-yard line.
It's so difficult to cover a fade route, and you're talking about into the end zone, and sometimes you panic a little as a defender, and the offensive guys are really smart. Sometimes they jump back into you and create the contact.
Taylor is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line. So if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Play action. It's Ryan. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Bud Dupree. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11. Ryan. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for touchback. The Titans now just about ready to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The run on 1st down gets him a couple up to the 27.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, get their shoulders square, and give their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Tannehill. Flushed out right.
A check down here for Henry.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
They can't read us straight up. Let's go, baby. Let's have some fun. Let's play. Let's play now. Let's play some.
Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10.
At their own 24. Ryan. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 25 yards that time.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith.
Still 1st down.
The false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Here's Ryan.
And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2nd and 6.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
And that's why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. And wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers and freed up the D lineman to make the play.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, Ryan. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that 3rd down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the 1st down.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play and a 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Throwing on second down, Ryan. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The Colts on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Ryan. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 22-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Ryan, a little pop pass, jet sweep, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown. But I guess he's got to wait and try and pick up that third, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to me. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw again is Ryan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And the Titans getting set to go. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. Tannehill. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it. But he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 2 yards, good enough for first.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Again, Tannehill. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill.
Open man, Westbrook Akine.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Tannehill. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4.
Well, give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play, but it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it, and 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. Beauty.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they play them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Make plays, y'all. Make plays. Nobody else can make it. You make the play. Man, got you guys now. Let's go, baby.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons.
So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. And meanwhile, for the Titans, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Second half begins with a run by Henry. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. Got to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Hines now on the return.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half.
Get it, baby. Let's go get it now. Let's go do this. Let's get done.
Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10.
At their own 22. Ryan. Over the middle, complete. It's Campbell. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they wouldn't move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked it down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Ryan.
And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
And there's completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 1st down, Ryan. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring it down. Jeffrey Simmons picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Ryan. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they look to throw.
He finds Pierce. It's complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 36. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
The kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did. for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Ryan. Looking sideline, incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone is a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they get their offense back on track.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start trying to pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now Ryan.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of 1st down. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27.
He'll start with a give to Henry.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
Shaquille Leonard, the all-pro, in on the tackle. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
2nd and 5 now. Tannehill got his man complete over the middle. It's Phillips. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And his throw here's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Tannehill. The Colts are going to get him. Down it goes. Tayo Odangbo. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
This is one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Come on, y'all. Let's get going.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
They'll set up a throw. Airing it out deep for Woods. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot. That's going to bring up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run it and punt the football or try and take a shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
And this returnable for Hines. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Yeah, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making a connection.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan.
Back to the same target, Campbell.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down.
That one finds Pierce right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. On the handoff, this is Taylor. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
They certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
To throw is Ryan.
As this complete to Woods. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Ryan. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They need 5 there on third down. Winds up getting 7.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at 19. 56 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. Touchdown! Nyheim Hines from 19 yards away. And the Colts have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our big.
Tannehill intercepted again. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Let's ride out. Let's ride out. That's what it is. Let's go, y'all. This is where you step up. Whatever it takes, I'll get. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go right here.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to.
Now the ball is free. Taylor lost it. And that might be Titan football. It is. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
The previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face third and short. Here's Ryan. Quick slant caught by Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Oh, Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there.
Yeah, in this part of the game, the fourth quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll check this down to Hines. So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan, touchdown Colts. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Colts add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. A partner, he has carried them in this ball game, throwing the football, all 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Titans now. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings. It will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
They go with a shuffle pass and a loose football, and the Colts pick it up. Fighting his way through contact, and he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through, and that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
Here we go.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one is over a long time ago.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's focus in on what we got to do.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. Touchdown! Matt Ryan now with 5 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Colts are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. Tannehill fighting Woods for the Titans' first down. Tannehill now to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
To throw again on second down, Tannehill.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Titans on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing again is Tannehill. And right side, Henry's got it. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, C, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Now this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one.
And it's a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Titans are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Really good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. Responsible for well over 100 yards of total offense, but still hasn't found the end zone. You think that's in the back of his mind going into this drive?
It's always in the back of the mind of a player who's having that type of a day, because you want that gratification for your work, right? You want that stamp on top of everything. But bottom line for him, he's doing great work. Sometimes it just opens it up for other people to actually get into the end zone for him.
The runners, you know, would they rather have 60 yards, 3 touchdowns, or 150, no touchdowns?
I think more than likely 150 and no touchdowns, but all the runners that I know would say, I'll take 150 and 3 touchdowns. They're greedy that way. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Ryan. Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now we give to Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 106 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game,
They've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On the handoff, Taylor. And he lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered, they still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed a completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so, and maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so that you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
Looking to throw. This is caught. It's Woods. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review of this
Previous
being
play
inside
is
2
under
minutes of
review.
play. Everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill.
Open man, Westbrook-Akine. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On first down, it's Tannehill.
Phillips has it, running the out route.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
To the air again, Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.